Hello friends, welcome to the channel retailconnect.com. In this session, we will discuss how to install the MS SQL on your Linux machine. Okay, with the help of Docker, we will do this. Okay, so we will show you the code how you can write to install your Microsoft SQL Server on Linux. Okay, so you can say this is our code structure for all this server backend API and something with database like MongoDB, also MSSQL is here. Okay, so you will see that we have a Docker file here. Okay, so in Docker file you can see we will write this mcr microsoft.com MSSQL 2000. We are using the 2017 versions image here. Okay, Docker image. So we will use this image. Now you will have to accept UL equal to yes, and then we will have to as a password which you will have to set your own. Okay, so this is the dummy password here. Again, we have an MSSQL PID which is developer and TCP port by default 1433. So we have a work directory here. Let's suppose anything you can do, give it here. Okay, and now what we will do this copy fill data.sql in this source working directory. Okay, so this fill data is whatever the data of your SQL which you want to migrate. Okay, now in the last one you will have to write this. Okay, you have to use this MSSQL server and accept ULA, and then after you have to write this code. Service broker manager has started and sleep for 10 seconds so that it will have to easily configured, and then after you will have to run your SQL command with your password and then fill your master data. Okay, so this is the separate command. Okay, with the help of this SQL CMD we will have to write the server name here, username and password here. Okay, and this is your file fill data SQL. Okay, we will have the 10-second sleep here so that all the configuration will be set up in the 10-second buffer system, buffer timing. Okay, and you will get all your MSSQL installed in your Docker container. Okay, then how can you use now in your Docker compose file? Okay, so here you can see we have SQL DB here. Okay, and you can see we will have the MSSQL folder here. So we have written here build, which will follow inside this folder. Okay, so it will expose the 1433 port by default port of MSSQL. Okay, and now we have the volumes here so that after each time of redeployment your data will be stored. You will not getting lost any your data on each updates of your code base. Okay, so here you can see this is the containers path where all the data will be stored inside your container, Docker container, and this is the path for your VPS space or Linux space, whatever the space you have. So this is the physical path and this is the container path. So you can see we have created this MSSQL data file here inside this MSSQL. So this will store the data. Okay. Similarly, for the log, we have created a log folder and we have the secrets folder. Okay. So it will refer. Okay, this one. So everything will be stored inside. This will be mapped to be here, so that after the Docker is killed or something restart, you will not get the loss of any data. Okay. So port we are mapping from container to outside world. Okay. Now your password will be whatever the password you will have here as a password by default as a username is if you are using. Okay, then you have accept ULA why. Okay, and where you want to use, let's suppose we have this one here. So we will link this DB with SQL DB. So this is the basically .NET Core API server code. Okay. So we are linking this SQL DB with this one. Okay. So now we have done with the Docker file and we have the Docker Compose. So after successfully deployment of Docker, how will you make your connectivity? So for that, let's suppose you will go for the code. Here in your app setting JSON, you can see that we are using the SQL DB here in the default connection string. Okay. So this is the dummy password username here. Okay. SQL DB. Okay. So by using this type in connection string, you can use this SQL in SQL connections inside your code. Okay, and if you want to access your MSSQL from the outside world, then you have to write this host IP address with port number and username and password. With the help of these four things, you can easily connect from anywhere. Okay. So this was the example of how to install the MSSQL on your Linux machine with the help of Docker, and how to configure inside your project as a connection string, and how to access your database outside the container. Okay. Thanks for watching this session. We will come with another topics. Okay. Thank you for watching this session.